is my brother?
He is tending to more delicate matters.
Delicate? How so? I am here now and he knows it. A coward as always. I suppose you will do for a sufficient warm-up.
And it's about to go down. Today we're talking about R.O.D. and the one above all, Peleus. Starts now. Let's go. Story note. Right here, of course, you see Inara being flung away by Crimson and her bloodlust enhanced powers. So right here, she's showing up and she is about to completely go berserk on Inara and probably also Zilker. But let's see what happens.
Crimson.
Story note. I want everybody to understand right here when he yells Crimson and you hear it echo. This is him tapping into the power of the Zeely Well, or rather much the power of Peleus. Remember, the Chaos Lords are the scions to the one above all, so they have powers that even they don't know about. So right here, out of nowhere, Tailrun shows up, but his aura's different. What is that about? Well, what you'll see here shortly is the fact that he is going up against Peleus. He got the drop on him, but inside of him right now, he is being possessed by the God of Gods, R.O.D.
Get out of here now, Lord Netham. I've only got enough power to keep him down for a little while.
Story note. When Tailrun, or rather R.O.D. says he has just enough power to keep him down for a little while, he was able to push back Peleus for just a moment. But that's because all this, just like Peleus did with Resh, is using Tailrun because the bloodlust is a power that he can tap into.
No, it is my job to handle this level of threat.
Now,
Master.
Right there, when all this through Tailrun says now, you might say, well, dang, how did he know who that was? Well, once Netham heard the voice, he knew that that was R.O.D. So automatically he just did what he was told because basically he works for him. So that's pretty much how that works. And of course, the big reveal. Now, just like Peleus did with Resh, R.O.D. decides to come into reality through Tailrun because the bloodlust was on him, and this is an ability that R.O.D. can tap into, just like Peleus can tap into celestial power.
Lord Netham, why are you here? I thought...
The one above all has shown his face.
Of course, in one of the other story notes, I said that they pretty much didn't really know about Peleus like that. Well, even as I was writing, in the back of my mind, I was thinking, I want them to kind of have rumors about him, like he's almost like this myth. But R.O.D. didn't really want them to know. He wanted them to believe that he was the one above all.
Peleus? What? How? Why?
Story note. Right here, you see Dega say, Peleus? What? Why? And he's asking these questions because, again, even his own father told him, hey, there's someone greater. So even though I didn't put that in the story, if I was to give you a backstory on it, then you would see how Garces would break down, hey, about the dark figure, Peleus, and all this.
I don't know. The God of Gods came in the form of your brother and commanded me to leave.
Tailrun.
I do not believe he is dead, just in a state of limbo, for lack of a better way to explain it. What of Gorum?
Making sure the job is done. I had to attack him twice before he was no more, at least.
Story note. Right here, he says he had to attack him twice. I want everyone to understand something about Gorum. Gorum was not the first to be tainted, okay? But however, amongst his brothers, he was the first. Therefore, the most powerful and the most volatile. So he's hard to take down.
That's what I hope.
Story note. Right here you see Netham use one of his celestial guardian powers. Remember, just like the bloodlust has a hint of celestial energy in it because it was designed by R.O.D. So right here, he's sensing Gorum and that the bloodlust is about to resuscitate and revive Gorum.
He is not dead. The bloodlust is trying to awake him. We need to keep him in stasis. I will do this.
Quick story note, right here he gets ready to chant something. This language is the language of the gods. So remember, he's a celestial guardian.
Di-ho, la-ti-lo, ha-lu-dil, puanum.
Story note, remember I just told you that he is speaking the language of the gods, the immortals. So in having that knowledge, that lets you know as a celestial guardian what he had to learn so that he can go up against other celestials, may they arise. So he's using this language against the bloodlust, not necessarily Gorum.
No one will know where you are, and you can.
So right here, he has said, no one will know where you are, and you can rest. Remember, he has the ability to use specific celestial energies. So what he has done is he has put Gorum in a stasis so that he can try to figure out how to tame the bloodlust within his brother.
You seriously believe that seal would hold me forever?
So when Peleus says what he says right here, remember, if you've been following the series, Aldous, Asa, the Dark Figure, Vareni, and a few others helped Aldous seal Peleus. So Peleus is like, hey, look, I'm back. I'm about to do you something. I'm pissed off.
Am I to believe that you are now a good little god and not creating mischief?
So if you know anything about the Norse guys like Thor and Loki, I decided to kind of give Aldous a little bit of Loki's like mischievous manner. Okay, so his whole thing is he does things that really pisses off other people. Not to the extent that Loki does it, but something kind of similar to that. So right here, Peleus is saying, hey, look, you ain't nothing.
The bloodlust can be smelled all over this stinking planet.
So right here, Peleus says he can smell the bloodlust. Right there to let you know that the bloodlust is a tainted god energy. It is basically god energy reduced to mortal's level. So as I was writing this, I was thinking, I don't want this similar to like DBZ or something like that, where they say, oh, they god tier. No, if they're going to fight a god, they will die.
If not for the small remnant of my power remaining outside that seal, your little scheme would have worked, brother.
So right here, Peleus breaks down that he sent out energy that basically created the Chaos Lords. The Chaos Lords were set up to stop Aldous, or rather Aldous' accomplices. So Peleus is basically telling him, hey, look, I was already prepared to come back for this particular day.
The Chaos Lords. That's where you sent that burst of energy that day.
So Aldous breaks it down and says, oh, that's why he sent out the energy. Chances are he probably thought that he was just trying to attack him to kind of help himself from being sealed, but that wasn't the case.
And these guardians that you've been appointing, why? They are no match for me.
Right here, Peleus breaks down these celestial guardians that you're making, they have your energy. You can't even beat me, so how could they? So right here, Aldous lets him know, hey, you just get energy from anywhere. I have to literally build energy up in order to be able to compete with you.
No, that I keep my power contained as not to destroy things in case I lose control.
Okay, so let's settle the big question. You say, well, how is this? Well, the form you see him in right now is just his normal stage. He actually has 2 other stages. In this season, in part 2, you see him go to his 2nd stage, but the 3rd stage is yet to be revealed. So he's like, look, the 3rd stage is where I lose control and I might destroy everything. So right here we see Aldous give it a good go to show Peleus that he has developed more strength since his being sealed. But in the end, it's nothing.
That was a powerful blow, but of course.
So right here we see Peleus going to his 1st stage of release. I want you to understand something. This is not like going Super Saiyan 1, 2, or 3. Here what he's doing is he's allowing his energy to come out a bit at a time, because when he says he'll lose control, it's not a matter that he didn't have control of the power. It's a matter that the power itself is so crucial that it will destroy things on his own.